Hey everybody, what's up? This is Nick from EdTech, the podcast. In this video, I'm going to show you a really amazing digital whiteboarding tool called Figjam, which is free for educators. Let's check it out. So the first thing you're going to want to do is head to figma.com/education. This is going to allow you to verify your email account as an educator, which will give you a lot of the typically paid for features of Figma for free. So you head there first and click on Get Verified. When you walk through whatever steps they suggest, it's going to eventually get you to your Figma homepage or your dashboard, whatever it's called, which looks something like this. The menu on the left-hand side is going to list out your team, which if you wanted to, you could invite your students to. By the way, if they can also get verified with their school email accounts and use it for free as well. You just want to make sure that that's okay with your district's IT department before asking them to do so. Create a new team if you want. What I'd recommend is everybody starts in this top right-hand corner where it shows you really two things you can create. You can design a file, and what I'm mostly going to look at here is a Figjam board. If anybody has used Jamboard, which as of 2024 is no more, you might be looking for a Jamboard replacer, and Figjam is going to do that and so much more. So essentially what you're looking at here with this in this Figjam board is an infinite digital whiteboard space where you can add all kinds of different things. This little menu bar at the bottom shows you some of the different stuff you can add. First and foremost, there's two different tools. The Select tool allows you to move around images or things that you add to this page. The Hand tool lets you move around the entire page itself. You can see when I click and drag, all of the dots are moving. So that's going to move the page and everything on it all at once. Whereas the Select tool just moves around individual items. One thing you can add is essentially drawings with a marker, highlighter, whatever you would like to do. I'm a chemistry teacher, so maybe I'm using this over a tutoring session to draw out some molecules. So here I am showing my student a water molecule that I can easily draw out either with my mouse stylus or the touch screen if you've got one. You can use the highlighting tool and you can see all the different color options there to, of course, highlight certain regions. They've got the option to add washi tape, which is pretty cool, and all sorts of different patterns there. Anything you don't like, the eraser tool can be clicked to take it away. You can also add these things called ellipses. Essentially, these are like different shapes. You can also see you can create mind maps for brainstorming or graphic organizers here. But essentially, it's as easy as clicking and dragging in a different shape. You can add text to those shapes and then connect them as so by clicking on the connector tool to link these things together. I'm now going to make some space by using my Hand tool to drag this stuff out of the way. One sort of carryover from Jamboard, if you've been a Jamboard user, is the option to put in sticky notes. Again, you can choose the color, so maybe I want yellow sticky notes, drag it in. Because I'm the one that added it, it puts my name at the bottom. If your students were adding these with their own accounts, it would have their names at the bottom as well, so you can keep track of who said what. They've also got lots of really cool little widgets that you can add, like an egg timer where you can customize the amount of time that it takes. You can also click and drag any of these things to make them bigger or smaller. This one's pretty nifty. It's called a photo booth. Anyone who clicks the red button after you allow camera access, it's going to automatically take their picture and embed it within the page. Educationally not super useful, but very, very cool. And there's tons of these things that you can play around with and add different applications to your board. Down the end, there's some pretty self-explanatory items like text, so simply adding text boxes, connectors between shapes. Stamps is pretty cool. One of them was just going to be the image of if you used Google to sign up at least, your Google image, but also thumbs up, thumbs down, +1 stars. You get the idea. You can add different sections to your page, so that's one of my favorite things about this. I'm going to come up here as well to the top right and actually zoom out so I can get a better look at some of these things I've created. Go to the Hand tool to move it out of the way. When I click the section and then bring up my cursor, it's going to give me this little plus sign. If I click and drag, it's going to sort of section out different areas that I can change the color of to denote different things you're working on within those sections, which can be very useful. I can can also add multiple sections, each of different colors, to separate out what I'm doing in each of those things. You've also got the ability to add in tables by this option on the far right. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but there's also a new AI feature where you describe what you want it to automatically put in here, and it's going to design some of that for you. If you would like to share this out with a student or a group of students, you're going to come up to the top right-hand corner and click Share. You can change it typical to Google sharing, so anyone with the link can edit as well. You can also password protect these things, which is pretty cool. My favorite one, because it doesn't require my students to sign up for anything, is this one right here, Start an Open Session, which means anyone can edit with no account, and that works for 24 hours. So if I want, say, my whole class to work on one of these boards together, I don't want my students joining teams or making accounts, I click Start to start the session, and then when I copy the link to share it with them, they can click that link and automatically do all of these things within this page. I'm really excited about Figjam. I think this is going to be an amazing tool for teachers and an excellent replacement for that Jamboard digital whiteboard space. Check it out.